Tech Yeah Podcast.
That's pretty good. What's up, party people? Are we doing party people now?
Yeah.
You like party people?
I kind of liked party people.
All right, what's
Yeah.
up, party people? You're here with the Tech Yeah Podcast, episode 22.
Damn.
Yeah, we're getting
Dude,
deep now. We're getting deep.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, I'm here with my co-host, my boon companion, as they say.
Thank you. Well, I want
Bill.
to say, I mean, we're 22 episodes deep into this. If you're listening to this, thank you for listening. We really do appreciate everyone that listens and emails and
It's super crazy to have like listeners, like super like it blows my mind whenever I look at like the downloads. I'm like, wow, like people are actually listening. to this
yeah,
thing.
it can't be only our friends.
Yeah,
that's
like,
the thing.
what-
Is like if there's like a sprinkling of people that don't know us other than from having stumbled across this podcast.
Yeah.
That to me is
If
fantastic.
it was only our friends, there'd be 4 people. Like literally, it'd be like 4 downloads.
But even then, I still think it's cool that our friends, people that we know or work with or relatives that listen to this consistently,
yeah, I mean, I think it's
that
incredible.
find us interesting enough in, outside of our normal interactions with them to actually listen to this.
Yeah, I think it's incredible.
It's crazy.
And if you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to us by email, techyeahpodcast@gmail.com.
We will read any and all emails
Yeah.
that are sent to
Any
us.
email, we'll read it.
regardless of content. Even if we have you gotten any spam email? Like, we'll read spam emails.
I'll check the spam folder right
Check
now.
the spam folder, see if anyone sent
And then
us.
we're Tech Yeah Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. We'd appreciate any likes and follows on there as well. Those go a long way.
And the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. We started uploading all the after shows to the YouTube channel. So if you guys want to jump on there and see our beautiful faces.
I like it. It's kind of like a short form podcast.
Yeah.
A
yeah.
shorter version of the podcast where we really don't talk about necessarily anything that was on the podcast. We talk about maybe a little bit about the podcast itself.
Yeah, my goal was to make like little 4 to 5 minute short form videos that kind of talk about doing each podcast. Bill insists that they're like 7 to 10 minute videos because he cannot shut up,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
like ever.
It's not an insistence. It's just a natural desire.
Sometimes
to
you sort of
continue
insist.
going.
Sometimes you're sort of pushy about
8
it.
minutes seems like a nice length.
I don't know. I think like 4.
Keep them tighter.
Keep them tight, you know?
Well,
Let
if you
people roll
guys,
through the content.
it's youtube.com/techyeahpodcast. Watch a couple of the videos and comment what you think of them, what you think of the length. This was too long. This was just right. This is too short. Let us know, and we will adjust accordingly. But you at least get to see our finely chiseled faces.
I'm going to check our Tech Yeah inbox and see what we got.
Live email checking.
New login to Twitter from Chrome.
Okay, that's legit.
A lot of social posts. I had a social post that blew up, so that's sweeping the nation right now.
Yeah, the little Mars rover. It's my battery is low and it's getting dark.
I have 2 spams, but it's also Twitter notifications. I think it was just too many that came in.
Okay, so nothing good.
All mail. What is all mail? No, it's all notifications. Brian Judelson, thanks for subscribing to YouTube.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. New comment. I should really look at these because there's like comments on some of these episodes that I have not seen.
I'm so bad at keeping up with comments other than YouTube comments because I get those notifications and I will go through and answer all of them on my personal channel. And I don't think I get it longer than like 5 or 6 comments before I like go through and answer.
It's funny because if it hits the primary inbox, I see it because I get a notification. But if it hits like the social or promotions inbox, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And so all these are hitting the social inbox. That's why I have no idea.
Yeah.
But so Bill, how's your week been going so far?
The week has been fine. I've been making a few more videos on YouTube, streaming still. It's been a very Samsung heavy news cycle this week, which we'll get into.
I kind of hate phone news.
Which is what I was going to say. Just like it just doesn't interest me. It's very. I mean, we'll talk about it, but yeah, it's been kind of like a weird news week because it's been dominated by the Samsung launch, which was surprising that it did dominate the news because of the leaks and their kind of like pre-releasing of some of the specs. They still managed to keep some of it quiet, which was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been pretty quiet for me. What about you?
Similar. It's been pretty quiet. Still playing a lot of Apex, playing a lot of this Tetris 99 that came out. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, is that the Battle Royale
Tetris? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you have been playing that.
It's pretty dope.
And that's on the Switch.
It's on Switch exclusive.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's a great game. And it's Tetris, so it's so fun. Like, if you have a Nintendo Switch and you're not like a big gamer, but you love playing Tetris, you have to have the online service, but it's free if you do. And the online service is like $20 a year. But it's a pretty good time to just rally out Tetris games and try and win.
It's awesome. We talked about this on the company that we work for's Twitch stream, that it's like the perfect use of a battle royale scenario.
Yeah, it's great.
So it's just Tetris like you know it, but you're playing with 99 other people that are on screen. Their games are on your screen as a kind of like little background Tetrises. Tetri.
Yeah, Tetri. You can target them individually, or you can choose to like target people that are attacking you. It's fun. It's a fun little like.
And you're playing Tetris until you die, and then it's whoever the last person standing
is. Yeah, it's
How long does a match usually take? Have you won any yet?
I've gotten like second place.
Have you?
Yeah, I haven't played that much. I think I'm pretty much figured it out to the point where I could win one. Like I'm on the cusp. If I can, it's when you get to that top 10, it starts doing like the kind of level 10 drops where they're just instant dropping.
So at level for your second place run, how long did that take?
I don't know, maybe 4 minutes.
Okay, yeah, because Tetris moves pretty fast.
It moves really fast, and it speeds up based on like people getting out. It's like. At 50 people left, it goes faster. Than at 10 people left, it goes nuts. Like, it's super fast.
Yeah.
It's really good. What else? I'm working on producing these videos a lot. You know, I wouldn't say I've gotten producing the audio podcast down pat, but I'm pretty comfortable with it now. But now that we're doing these after show videos, I've never produced videos before, you know, had to deal with them. So,
it's fun though, right?
It is fun, but it's a lot of work. I will say I'd been using, what is it called? The Blackmagic. I want to say it's not Reason. Is it Reason? I don't remember what it was called. But I was using the Blackmagic one, which is free, and
the editing software.
The editing software, and it was very usable, and the color correction was really good, but it was not easy. And this last week, I was like, I'm just going to start using Premiere. So I started using Premiere. And it's way easier.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, if you're interested, watch the YouTube videos. That's basically me figuring. Each one is, you know what I mean, is me practicing a little bit more. So you'll see me, like, try weird things like picture-in-pictures or you know, kind of blur fade-ins. And just, you know, like, I'm just trying effects and stuff. So if you watch them, you got any tips or you have any questions about kind of what I'm figuring out, like, for sure, shoot me an email or leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer those.
YouTube.com/TechYeahPodcast.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of most of my week has been really kind of struggling through figuring out how to do these videos, getting them produced. Ripping video takes so long.
Yeah,
it takes so.
I know.
I'm amazed how long encoding a 7-minute YouTube video takes.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I have a few videos that have been like an hour and 20 minutes long that I've edited together, and it takes almost that long to encode.
Yeah,
even with the CUDA-Core hardware encoding enabled, like it still takes forever.
Yeah, it's tough. It's crazy. So that's been fun, but yeah, that's pretty much been my week. You know, busy at work as always. But so I think the first thing we want to talk about, and this isn't the most exciting, is what we kind of hinted to in the how we're doing, is Samsung unveiled their S10s and the S10 Fold. Like, it's the Fold, right? Which is probably the biggest news. I mean, I think all the S10s looked really nice, and They're very pretty designed phones.
It depends on what you consider news.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened that was out of the ordinary for a big phone launch.
No, yeah. I mean, except the folding phone. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's super cool. The phones, the S10e, S10, and S10 Plus are all really good looking phones.
Yeah, they're bigger than the 9s.
They're
which I like.
bigger. They have the front facing camera cut into the screen, laser cut into the screen, which is really cool. I think it looks cool where the iPhone X notch looks stupid.
Yeah, I think it looks cool too.
So I don't know. I mean, it's they look good. They have next level internals. The new Snapdragon. I think they're all 8 gigabytes of RAM, except for the Plus. There's like a Plus version with 16, right? So camera technology is improved. Screen is still the best in the business.
Best in the biz.
They've got an infrared fingerprint sensor in the screen, which is an improvement over the light sensor in what phone was that? The OnePlus something.
Yeah. So can you just touch it anywhere?
You can't touch it anywhere. There's still a specific spot,
region?
but it is infrared, so it doesn't like the OnePlus. I think it's the OnePlus that has the light sensor. It actually activates the screen, shoves light onto your thumb so the little camera under the screen can read the fingerprint. This uses actual infrared, so it will read your fingerprint even if it's dark. So the screen does not have to be on for you to be able to unlock it.
So fancy.
So that is pretty fancy. That's cool. Iterative improvements.
That's, I mean, it's so boring.
Yeah, just kind of like, here's another phone. So
like my phone always unlocks anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, but it's like
we're gonna have in 6 months, Apple's gonna give their thing, and it's gonna be, here's a couple of cool features. We're like, oh, this phone looks really nice, and this is kind of cool. It's the same thing every single time.
The Fold demo was cool. I mean, that thing is $2,000. It's 7 inches unfolded. It's like 3.3 inches folded and like 7.1 unfolded. And watching them kind of like, open a YouTube and then unfold it, and that YouTube is playing live. There didn't seem to be any delay. And it looks like a beautiful 7-inch tablet style screen. Like if you wanted to watch Netflix on the bus, like it looked like a great way to do it.
Yeah. So for those of you that are not up to speed on this, Samsung released a phone that looks like kind of a thicker, regular, big smartphone.
A little skinnier. Like it really is like the candy bar form factor. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of long and skinny.
Yeah. But it unfolds, and inside the fold, like a book, there's a larger screen. So it technically has 2 screens. Mm-hmm. But the inside screen is a foldable screen. There's no seam. The actual screen bends.
Yeah, and I was scared at first when you think like, oh, that's not going to last. But the hinge actually looks really nice on it.
Yeah.
It looks well constructed to support the folding nature of it.
Yeah, and I'll be curious to see if there is any material fatigue in this. It's going to be some plastic polymer thing that, is... I know that they've tested it for how many folds is this thing going to be good for?
They said they tested it for 200,000 folds.
Okay.
Which is 100 folds a day for 5 years.
Yeah. That should be plenty.
Which should be plenty. That at least I think that's what the math was. I don't know. I saw it in a story. I could be off. But it was more than enough folds that it was tested for.
Yeah. So it's a $2,000 phone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just freaking nuts. It is a beast though. For $2,000 at this time, I think it's not a bargain, but it is well priced for what you're getting.
I mean, when you think about like what you would have gotten if you wanted to spend $2,000 on an iPhone, it's in line.
Yeah. So it's the demo on it is really cool, and it kind of feels like maybe a little bit smaller version of an iPad mini.
Yeah, I wish we had another. I mean, it's cool. I think the next generation of these will be cooler, which is kind of like my biggest reluctance in telling anyone to get this phone.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
This is like I'm trying to think of a like cars where you have this halo car that's got crazy technology that you're like, dude, this is ridiculous, and it's $1 million and no one ever buys it.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a vehicle showcasing a technology that will eventually become mainstream.
And it's definitely like just an early adopter's product.
It's a very early adopter's product. But what Tony and I were talking about is that what gets us excited about this phone
It's technology.
is technology, because we're a Tech Yeah podcast.
That's scary, bro. Don't do that. People are just listening. They're in their car. They hear that demonic voice, and they're just like, "Oh my god, what is?"
Yikes! They've lost it.
Yeah,
A lot of the pushback or the negative comments about this phone,
negative Nancy's, as I like to call them.
yeah, they're looking at it from a practical standpoint right now. But where we think this is cool is for the future. What technology is going to, be a result? Like what everyday technology is going to be as a result of this foldable screen technology?
The future is all about technology.
Yeah. So what we've done is Tony and I have made up a list, which neither of us has seen each other's list,
No,
of 5 technologies that could potentially be commonplace, but would be thought of as gimmicky and weird today.
these were exhaustive lists we made,
Yeah.
and we spent a lot of time on them.
We both have written on actual paper.
Yeah, I have a little Post-it note.
Yeah.
With an MSI notepad I have on my desk.
So the idea is that the foldable phone is met with criticism now, but will eventually be a commonplace technology, and people are going to, not remember a time when we didn't have foldable screens.
So, I want to get right into it.
Dude, jump into yours. I can't wait.
So, my first one I kind of stole from Samsung.
And are you going to, is this in any particular order?
In the order of when I thought of them.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So, the first one I stole directly from Samsung. That's why I thought of it first. And I am thinking, now, bear with me. I'm calling it a fold-out monitor, but really it's kind of a fold-out primary entertainment display, right? So on your desk, it's a 27-inch monitor. You use it to play your games because you're sitting right in front of it or whatever, right? Then you fold this bad boy out, rotate it. It's like a 48-inch TV.
In FPED.
An FPED, right? You fold that bad boy out, you rotate it over, and you lay in bed and you watch Netflix on it. And that way you can have one display to use for kind of all your different tasks. If you want to get a small apartment or or a bedroom or a dorm or something, you kind of maximize your desk space.
Cool.
With the fold out monitor.
I like it. So when you're in smaller monitor mode, is the frame rate going to increase versus it being in big mode?
I mean, not really, because the displays would have to be different.
Yeah.
But because it's the future, your frame rate will double when it's folded.
Cool. Could you have a different frame rate as part of the same screen? Like, could you have outside of the fold like a lower frame rate versus the inside of the fold?
Well, I think that they're just separate monitors outside and inside. Like the panels are separate.
Okay.
So I think, yes, you can.
Okay.
Because the panel's going to dictate that.
See, to me, that sounds gimmicky and weird right now, but in the future, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, think about it. You're like, I'm done playing games. I'm going to watch some Netflix. You just flip that thing out, lay down, or scoot your chair back and watch some Fyre Fest documentaries.
I like it. Okay, so you're borrowing some Samsung technology there, but
I was.
But that was a good number one.
Yeah,
future tech.
It was the number one.
Yeah.
What's your number one, Bill?
Okay, so I have in order of my favorite.
So the last one's your favorite?
Yeah. So number 5 is a quantum CPU.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's like...
If that came out now, that would be they are out now. I'm talking from a consumer, like consumer available now.
They're not really out.
No, but it's they exist. Variants of them
theoretically exist.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that they're trying to make. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to naysay it, is what I'm saying. Like, if you really had a functioning quantum CPU, people would be like, oh my God, this guy just changed computing forever.
If you had a functioning quantum CPU right now available to the public, it would be crazy expensive and would be would be like, why do we need this? What is the point of this?
Because it's changed the world, bro.
Yeah. But 10 years from that point, it would be commonplace. So quantum computing.
I'd win every round of Apex Legends with a quantum CPU.
All right. Regular CPU computing right now is either a 1 or a 0.
Yep.
It's binary. Quantum computing uses quantum particles that can exist in multiple states at the same time. So if they're red at that time, one particle, instead of being either a 1 or a 0, could be any combination of 1s and 0s at any given time. So the computing power per particle or per transistor, comparing it to current CPU technology, is like exponential.
Well, think of it like this way. If you were having a conversation with someone, me and Bill were talking, and the only things we could say to each other were yes and no, right? We couldn't even ask like complex questions. We could like point at something and be like, yes, no, yes. You know what I mean? Like we could only do that, right? It would be very limiting and very slow to communicate. But, in a quantum situation, really we would have all the nuance in the world to communicate. We'd have language and facial recognition and gestures and color and written word, and you know what I mean? And
all at the same time.
Yeah, a full spectrum of tools to communicate, all available all the time. And, and it's easy to see how much more robust and efficient that is as far as how to communicate.
Yeah.
Right. And if computers could do it, it would blow away our current architecture is what we do.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So right now, if that was released right now to the public, it would be $1 million and no one would buy it. And it'd be hard to find
people would buy it,
applicable uses for it.
I'd buy it.
But 10 years from that point, dude, quantum computing's all over the place.
I think people would love it anyway, but
yeah.
My second, and I did not put these in order of importance. If I did, I think that I'd change the order. An AI built into your phone that can find the best version of a food item you ask for and immediately order it for you.
Going software.
Yeah, software. Well, it's more of an AI, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to Yelp. I don't want to have to, shop around. I want to tell my phone, like, I want a Hawaiian pizza right now. Figure it out.
And it's gonna figure out where to get it, how to get there, how much it's gonna be, is it good?
Who delivers it?
Can it be delivered? Do you have to go? All those things. It figures out everything and says, here is your answer.
Here's your 5-star Hawaiian pizza based on aggregate scores from every review site in the world. It's 2 miles away and it can be delivered in 30 minutes.
Now, what if it... So are you gauging like, okay, I want to drive, I have like a veil around my current location. I don't want to go further than this distance away, except if the pizza is extra good, then I'll go a little bit further.
Yeah, the AI will know that.
It's making that decision for you.
It's making that decision for me.
Okay. Like, look, dude, is this going to take you an hour to get there? Trust me, it's worth it. Yeah. Or, look, this is right across the street. It's not that great, but you want something quick and easy.
Yeah, it'll know. It'll know what it'll have a value prop as far as, yeah, you're going to have to drive, and yeah, it's going to take you 30 minutes to get it, but this shit is nuts. Like, the reviews are nuts. You're going to want this. And it's going to know how much of a foodie you are, too, right? You might be the kind of person based on your habits that this AI is going to learn that you don't care. You love Domino's. Which, no disrespect to Domino's, all right? But, if the phone is going to know you and know you at a level that you can be like, I want a pulled pork sandwich right now. Figure it out.
It's just giving you the correct answer.
Always the correct answer.
It's not giving you suggestions.
No,
it's just giving you the right answer.
I want the right answer.
Tony, that sounds like a crackpot idea. If that came out right now, I would be like, what the hell is this technology for? But 10 years from now,
you'd be like, who needs this? What kind of lazy millennial needs this shit?
10 years from now, that's commonplace. Game changer. I love it. That is a great...
Thank you.
That is a great selection.
Thank you. What's your number 2?
Okay, so my second one, but the number 4 on my list is hypersonic commercial travel. So we're talking about a jet, a spaceship, pew, and you're there.
You're there.
We're going up into space and we're coming back down. Tickets cost $100,000, but you can get from LA to Paris in 40 minutes. crackpot idea, right? That sounds crazy. That's too expensive. 10 years from now, you're going to be going to Europe in half an hour, having lunch, and coming back for dinner.
Let's do it right now.
How awesome would that be?
Yeah, I'm down.
Talk about pizza. Talk about those combining those two technologies. Like, okay, Tony, you want some pizza? There's,
Don't say Italy.
Nico's Pizzeria in Napoli.
That's not a good place to get pizza.
It's the best. It's the only place you should.
New
be.
York is the place to get pizza.
Get out of here, dude.
It's not even pizza in Italy, bro.
Oh
It's
my
not
god.
even. It's
Oh
not
my
even
god.
pizza. It's not even pie. That's like.
Oh Lord.
That's like a flatbread.
Oh, Managgia America. So Boeing
Mine is Anthony. Okay, I'm not stupid.
So Boeing has a few prototypes
I've
of
heard of this before.
of hypersonic, commercial travel. It's we just talked about the Airbus A380 going, being canceled. So companies are trying to find the sweet spot between like massive, getting high numbers of people someplace versus getting a smaller number of people someplace faster. They're just going to be trying to find the next airliner.
What about the flat Earth though?
You might be in danger of falling off of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're gonna get to the edge.
You have to be careful.
That's why this high, shoot too far.
Yep.
Boom, you're past the ice wall.
This is why the technology has not come out yet, because of those dangers.
Yeah, that's true. All right, my third. I like that actually.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. My third is going to be a combination of software and hardware. It's a phone that can detect lies and untruths.
Crackpot idea.
Lie
Crackpot.
detector phone, right? It's going to use biometric signals, fluctuations in the voice, and be 100% accurate in telling you if this person is genuine or not, right? And it's not only is it going to be something that I can use like live in person, but it'll be so ubiquitous that if another person is talking to me from their phone, I can know if they're telling the truth.
This will not be used for evil in any way.
It will until we realize now we all, like, no one is immune. It'll be too all-encompassing. We will all have to be honest with ourselves. We'll all have to be willing to just share the things we hold inside and just open up as a society, right? And Mike Pence is going to be like, yeah, I'm a little bit gay. You know what I mean? He's going to have to admit it, right? He's going to be like,
just a little tiny bit.
Yeah, like I'm not as gay as people claim I am, but I've jerked off to gay porn before. Right, he's going to have to. Because if he lies, we're all going to know he's lying. We're all going to assume the worst. If he's just honest about it, we'll all be fine.
A lot of weird stuff is going to come out.
It is. It's going to be weird for a while.
There's going to be a lot of weird revelations.
But it's going to be freeing once these things all make it.
So this is kind of like version 2 of your I want to get a pizza. So now you're going to say, I want that pulled pork sandwich. And your phone's going to say, no, you don't. You want street tacos. Because I know that you're lying. You don't actually want pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn it, phone, you're right. I do want street tacos. I'm just afraid to go to that side of the neighborhood.
Yeah, but here's where you got to go. Just go.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow,
so,
that's actually I'm building a lifestyle.
You are.
Right here.
You really don't like making decisions, do you?
I actually don't mind making decisions. I don't like when other people make decisions. Like, I'll tell you, like,
this is very telling what our deep thoughts are.
The thing that gives me like the most anxiety in the world is like being like, oh, let's all have like a group lunch, and then like the process of the committee deciding where to go and how to pay and how many people are actually going. It makes me so like thinking about it makes me so anxious.
It makes you not want to have friends, doesn't it?
It does. It's a big reason why I don't have friends anymore.
I just don't want to deal with that.
Because a lot of my friends, I'd be like, let's go get dinner. And they'd be like, all right, let's see who wants to go. And I'd be like, no, that's not what I was saying. You know, like that's not what I am. Yep. That's not.
This has now become an ordeal.
Yeah, you guys should just go.
This is now a thing.
I'll stay home, right?
I have now brokered a dinner between my friends.
Yeah.
And we'll sit this one out.
Because it always turns into that thing, too, where it's like, well, now there's 9 people going. I don't really drink, but everyone else going to get hammered. We're going to split it evenly. So I just spent $60. You know what I mean? Like on a bowl of soup. And it's just like, you know, oh, now am I going to be the arguer? It's like, no, I only owe $25. Like, you know what I mean? Like it all just drives me nuts. Trying to get a table with 9 people. No one called ahead. You know, no one brought cash. Like, where are we going to eat? This person's a vegetarian and this person says they only want this. And you know what I mean? It's just like,
you know what's key is to find a restaurant that has a walk up and order style. That's the game changer.
They really need more of that. Like,
I think they are doing more of that. I think
so
they're
too.
moving towards that a little bit more. The food will still be delivered to you, but you walk up, you order, and you go sit down with your little number, and they bring the food out to you.
Especially for groups. Like, that's a thing, too. If you're going to go with a group, go to a group-style place. A place, like, that is like that. Like, you walk up, you order, you take a number, you sit down, and your food comes out.
Dude, you got to bake that
Fair.
into your AI. You have to say, I want a pulled pork sandwich, but I have 7 people with me. And the AI will say, well, you're not going to get a pork sandwich. You're going to get street tacos, and it's a walk up and order place, and it's over here, and it's close to everything.
Yeah, it'll be like, because Scott can get a quesadilla, and Jack, really wants a sandwich, but we can get him a torta. That's good enough.
It's close to a sandwich,
and
yeah.
Bob wants the chilaquiles, so let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true.
We're saving relationships with these.
Yeah, if it's just
ideas.
me, I can decide. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with, like, this is where I'm going to eat right now. Let's go.
We should have given this disclaimer at the beginning of this list, but all of these ideas are copywritten by Tech Yeah
Yeah.
Podcast Industries.
Yeah.
So please,
And we're also idiots.
yeah, please don't steal these.
And I think I should make a FBN for us.
Yeah,
Just so, like, no one steals our.
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
At least they're listening. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to steal it, go ahead.
Yeah, just
steal it.
I mean, it's not like a song or a piece of art or something. It's like it is us. Like we are.
That was so funny. We were streaming and we were arguing about Jack Black, and Mike was like, you know, like, this is like your art. And I'm like, this is not art. Like, this is YouTube. Like, you can't pretend it's art. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. It's not art. If you want to steal talking to each other, you go feel free.
Well, but we're not. It's not being monetized.
No.
Now, and I understand, like, you know, eventually, maybe
No,
it could.
it's true. We're not
maybe it
making
could
any
be.
money.
So it's like I wouldn't care if someone stole the podcast and like 1,000 people listen to it. I'd be like, sweet, 1,000 people listen to our podcast. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make a difference.
All right, next.
Okay, so my number 3 invention that if came out right now would be a crackpot idea, but 10 years from now would be commonplace is, and this item needs no introduction, the lightsaber.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
It's technically impossible
And way too dangerous.
and way too dangerous, but and it's impossible because light can't stop.
Yeah.
However, if you had a concentrated, rigid ray of plasma that only extended a certain distance, I think that there could be some practical applications to that in industrial settings.
And it could be the new leading cause of death in America.
Yeah. Industrial and construction settings. I think if you had a device that never had to be sharpened, that never had to be replaced, that was just basically powered by, electricity or whatever power source you have, that's the only thing you have to change out. I think initially it would be like, wow, we have a lightsaber. Now what do we do? 10 years from then, it's going to be just commonplace and could help cut costs in industrial
I
manufacturing.
think the military would use them to just destroy people.
Just have imagine like a buggy with trebuchet style, not trebuchet. What's the little spinny things on the wheels?
I don't know.
Spikes.
those
I think there's a name for those, but if you had those like sticking out of the wheel hubs and you just like
I was
mobbing
thinking you'd
through some
have like
village. 2
2 buggies with a big lightsaber between them, and they could just slice through everything between them.
Dude, that's a pretty sweet idea.
Yeah, and I don't know if you ever read The Wheel of Time. It's a fantasy book. Probably not.
No.
But the guy does like magic, right? There's one like he's the only guy at first who do magic, and he trains some other people to do magic. But like, there's a lot of like war in the book, and he does this thing where like the armies will start to push forward and get all backed up on themselves, and he'll literally make like just portal like thin razor portals across the entire battleway and just literally like churn through all the enemy soldiers. It's disgusting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, literally.
So gross.
Yeah. So they're like just getting like bisected by these like teleporting portals.
It's like that game. What's that game? That simulation game where you have differing like battle groups, and you just let them, like the AI just fight.
It's a totally accurate battle simulator.
Something like that.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know what this is, it's hilarious.
It is very hilarious.
You have like armies. You have individual soldiers that you can pick from, and there's like samurais, medieval knights,
colonial soldiers.
Yeah, colonial guys. The Predator, dinosaurs, cows, chickens. Like there's just
Master Chief.
Yeah, there's just an endless array of like downloadable soldiers. And then so you pick a soldier or a combination of soldiers, and then how many of them you want, up to like thousands, like 10,000s. And then you have two groups fighting each other. So you could have like, what would happen if like 1,000 Hulks fought 10,000 chickens, and then it would lay them out on this battlefield, and you just click go, and then they would just charge each other, and then
a Hulk can kill 1,000 chickens.
Yeah, one Hulk could. Yeah, one Hulk could. But that's kind of the
that's the
the
premise,
stupid scenarios that you can
it's
come
pretty
up with.
good. I would definitely suggest YouTubing that and checking it out.
It's probably not a good game buy, but it's a fun YouTube watch.
Yeah.
You could get lost watching that for way longer than you would have thought.
That's one of those YouTube pits that is very easy to fall down.
Yeah.
All right, my fourth invention, and this is coming. The drone phone.
The drone phone.
The drone phone.
Dude, great idea.
All right. So, like,
oh, dude, that's awesome.
initially, I was like, oh, you could send it up and, like, take photos or whatever you wanted, or a video or whatever you want to do. But as I got to thinking, I'm like, I don't want to take this paperwork to the doctor's office. Send the drone phone. Right? You punch in you Google Maps the address. You put the paper in a little pouch on the back. Send. Zip, zip. It's gone. It comes back in 6 minutes. Job's done.
Dude,
drone phone.
Dude, I'm thinking about even smaller scale. Let's say you've got your smartwatch.
Yeah.
Right? Your drone phone is in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You're laying down on your bed. You're like, where's my phone? You click on your smartwatch. Drone phone levitates, flies to you, and drops right into your hand.
Oh yeah, of course. The drone phone is smart. The drone phone can tell lies from truth. The drone phone knows what you want to eat.
Dude, you're just building this just one block at a time. I love it.
The drone phone knows all. Drone phone is God.
So if that came out today, it would be a crackpot idea, but 10 years from that time, it would be commonplace, and you couldn't imagine not being able to summon your phone.
Yeah, your drone phone, of course. And like, I kind of like, I like mini drones and like mini first-person drones. Like, they're pretty fun, but they're not at a point yet with batteries and power that they could, reliably be used as a drone phone.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be super lightweight.
Yeah,
but we're close.
And the foldable phone technology allows it to unfold itself, like the rotors can unfold, the screen can unfold. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is not. I'm starting to realize all of mine have a theme.
I'm starting to know.
All right, what's your?
You really, for someone who hates cell phone news, you've really.
I like cell phones. I like because they're computers, but the cell phone news is always boring. Cause it's like, and it's got the new Snapdragon, and it's 0.2 inches bigger, and it's got faster RAM and
500 milliamp more battery life.
Look at this benchmark. And it's like, I don't live my life through benchmarks. All right, I live my life through Tenderonis.
How quickly can I swipe?
Yeah, I don't swipe any faster on this.
That's the new benchmark test is your swipe speed.
This thing got a drone built in. I don't want it. All right, what's your fourth?
I could smash through some profiles in a record time, quarter-second swipes. Bam, next one's ready to go.
That's what I need to build an auto swipe in the phone.
Just have it constantly. As soon as you have like as many, or like your what is it? If you don't pay for it, you have like 12 hours or whatever.
Yeah,
it just is automatically just going through this. You cast a wide net. It's a good strategy.
Yeah,
It's a decent strat.
fishing 101.
Yep.
All right, what's your fourth?
Okay, so my number 2 technology is the VR bodysuit. I want a onesie that you can strap on, and it's got electrodes. It's got different kinds of interactable, bladders, so it can tighten up. It can.
I like this because I was gonna say sex robot as my last one, but you got me covered.
It's essentially, it could be used for that,
Of course,
no doubt.
of course.
But if you're in a first person shooter, and you get shot, you get a little zing,
A little zapparoonie.
little zappy,
Yeah.
right? Where you got shot. If you're
What if you stub your toe in a game
if you stub your toe, it contracts
and you like die?
around.
It's like the worst pain.
Yeah, it contracts around your foot, which would be considered, I think, like VR, kind of like a, do we need this? But we're going to be in a Ready Player One society 10 years later.
I think we'll be beyond video games with it soon. You know what I mean? I think that the thing about things like VR suits and like haptic touching and feedback is that like it will allow us to have powerful social engagement with VR. You know what I mean? Like if you can't see your loved ones, but you can not only exist in VR with them, but like touch them and, share a beverage with them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as that stuff gets further and further along and more like reality, you'll start to see that, these experiences are going to be considered more genuine and
You can
and
high five
real.
somebody.
Yeah.
And I think, going back to my number 4 technology, the hypersonic travel, it already is easy to move around the world now, but it's going to continue to get even easier. So the likelihood of you being away from your best friend, your parents, your any loved one is, the chances of that happening is higher. So the technology to be able to, and we've seen it with I think it's Oculus that has the shared living room where you can watch a movie with a friend in VR. You could be courtside at an NBA game, and that is going to sell VR headsets more than here's a Resident Evil game that is going to make you nauseous.
Yeah, for sure. All right, this is my last one. This is an important invention for mankind. It's a technology that can hear that song that's in your head, tell you the name, and play it for you.
Oh my God! Thank you for inventing that, Tony.
Finally, when you have that song in your head, you can't even remember the tone. You can't even like hum it. You're like, I think it goes, and it says something like feeling, yeah. And when you got that in your head, that feeling, but you're like, I gotta know this because it's like, it's in there.
Where did I hear this? Like, why is this tuned in my head?
I assume your phone will be what controls this, but I don't know. I feel like I'm giving too much power to the phone, so maybe it can be a different device.
Yeah.
But
It may be a different device. It's a standalone song in your head, earworm song tracking device.
yeah, but this thing is just immediately bloop. It's like, oh yeah, we know that one. Don't worry, we got this. Here's the name of the song. Here's a song playing for you. You can purchase it on Amazon.
It's the Bengals.
It's the idiot. It's the Bengals. All right, like come on, Cyndi Lauper. Let's move on. So that was my last one.
That's pretty good.
You like that?
I really like that. I think the software is out there, but I've wanted to have someplace where you can hum a song and it will figure out what you're humming.
Google will kind of do that.
Do they do that?
Yeah.
Because
Shazam.
Shazam is amazing.
Yeah.
There's been so many times where I'm like, how did it hear that, and how did it figure out what song that is so quickly? It's really amazing. And there has been, YouTube served me a video recently, like how does Shazam work? And I haven't watched it yet, but I really, really want to, because I'm amazed at how.
All right, sing a song.
Oh crap! Don't put me on the spot. Dun, 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 dun,
Hold
dun.
on, you're too
Okay.
late now. Let me do this again.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Fail, Google.
Yeah, it's looking up Denton, Texas. Maybe I did the wrong search. What song?
You know what song I was humming, though, right?
No.
No, really? If you know what song I was humming, email us at techyeahpodcast@gmail.com.
Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Such a fine girl. All right, let's see if it finds it.
But dude, it's just looking up the lyrics. It's not actually tracking the melody.
How do you know?
So hum the melody.
I don't even know if I could.
You just sang it. Just replace the words with.
That's not. See, but that's not how the song sounds. All right, we're gonna do more testing.
We'll figure this out. We'll come back to you. We'll do some research on humming a song.
This is gonna turn into a game on the show. All right, I can already feel it happening.
Yeah, but there was a song, and I don't remember the name of it now, ironically enough, but that I could not think of the words or anything recognizable in the song except for the melody, and I could not figure out how to find that song. I had to call in a radio station and like hum it to the DJ, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, that's 38 Special." I'm like, "Oh frick." Like I had no idea how to explain it to anyone, so I just called like, "Here's the classic rock radio station," because I think it's kind of a classic rock song, and it ended up being I think it was 38 Special. Hold On Loosely was the song that I was trying to figure out. Okay, are you ready for my number one technology that, if came out now, would be met with much skepticism and ridicule on the interwebs?
Hold on, I got a related. Have you heard this before? Reeboks or Nikes? Hold on, there's a YouTube ad, of course.
Awesome. Good thing we're not monetized.
It's going to sound terrible, listeners, because it's coming out of my phone. All right. We're not sponsored by the Royal Caribbean, just so you guys know. So this is a guy named Arturo. He wants to know what the name of the song is. And he's going to start saying the words. So he's like, "I want to ask you to play a song." And he said, "I'll play whatever song." He says, "The words are those Reeboks or Nikes?" Are those Reeboks or are those Nikes? Is what he's asking. This DJ's a genius, by the way. It's a very popular song he's saying.
Are those Reeboks or Nikes? Oh no! Are these a Reeboks or a Nikes? That's a great song, by the way.
It is a great song. The DJ killed it. I love that.
Oh, dude,
your story reminded me so much of that song.
That is really
that
funny.
video. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a.
No, it's true. I mean, if you're into music at all, and maybe it's even for people that aren't really into music but like music. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like if you you like music but you're not into it to know like who sings that or what the words are. You just like hearing.
You like listening to the radio.
You just like hearing it, and you don't really care what it is, and inevitably you'll get something stuck in your head, and you have no idea even how to go about finding it. You don't know what the words are. You don't know what the artist is.
That's where my brain technology comes in.
Yeah. Okay, so my number one crackpot technology, if it came out now and would be met with much criticism on the internet, but 10 years later would be commonplace, is the holographic gaming console.
Oh, God.
What do you think?
I hate this one.
Why? I'm talking about like not holodeck. I'm talking about like,
I know, like
the chessboard on Star Wars.
I know, that's everyone. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You don't like it?
You really blew it on that last one.
Well, what is the next?
We were doing so good.
I know we were doing pretty good.
And then you blew it.
I thought you'd like it because it's like gaming.
So I like everything in games, even if it's bad, because I like games.
Well, what is...
Do you like everything about airplanes, even if they're bad?
Yep.
Even, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a bad, like what a bad airplane is.
Yeah, no such thing.
The Sandpiper.
Love it. I don't know what that is.
No, that's the place on Wings.
Sandpiper
Airlines or something. I don't know.
No, so
did you like the show Wings?
that was before my time.
What? You never watched Wings?
Nah, dude.
You have to watch Wings.
I watched a little bit of it. I think I met one of the actors from that show. Actually, I know for sure I did, but
the girl or the guys?
I think one of the guys.
Yeah. There's like two main dudes.
Yeah, I think it was one of the guys.
There was the wild and crazy pilot, and then there was the like by the book pilot.
I'd have to check IMDb to see which one.
There's the blonde lady that ran the food shop there, and this tiny airport.
Yeah,
and they both liked her, but they were two very different pilots.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, I'm envisioning a 3D hologram of whatever game you're playing. Not necessarily like the chess from Star Wars, but you have a console, you put it on a table, and whatever is going on is projected in 3D space that you're looking at. So if you're playing like a shooter, you are looking at a 3D, you are the camera. It's not VR, it's your own eyeballs looking at something that's on the desk. So you've got like FIFA, you're playing on a soccer field that you can see on your desk. What do you think?
All right.
Mario is actually on your desk, jumping up on the little blocks, running through the thing.
Oh yeah.
Fuck. God damn it. I should have reversed these, huh?
I would have done that one first for sure.
I thought you would have liked that one.
Yeah, I know you thought I would have. It's all right though. I like that you tried your best.
I wanted to come up with like a gaming thing.
I mean, because the thing with that is, and like it's not VR, but it kind of is what VR is or what VR should be, right?
Augmented reality.
Like this kind of augmented workspace where it's like, I think what's really going to happen with VR and gaming is all games are going to be built VR capable. So like, let's say you're playing Call of Duty, right? It's not a VR game, right? You're going to be looking down your gun like a regular Call of Duty, playing with a controller. The difference is you'll have a 360 degree, like you can just look around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're just playing Call of Duty. It's not built for VR. You're not like, oh, I'm running. But the technology is to a point where they can build the play space in a way that you could just look with that throughout it, right? And I think that's kind of similar to your holographic idea. It's building these virtual environments, and I think how you view them isn't really the issue. You know what I mean? It's kind of displaying these kind of three-dimensional, 360-degree virtual environments so that you can either see them in a holographic form or a VR form. It doesn't really matter at that point because you're still viewing this kind of virtual asset, right? It doesn't matter if it's a holograph of the Sistine Chapel or a VR view of the Sistine Chapel. You're kind of looking at the same thing. You know what I mean? It's a virtual representation.
One is just a pixel. The other one is a whatever the hell holograms are.
Yeah. And it's probably still a pixel being projected onto something, right? It's a smoke or
yeah. Because again, light can't be stopped.
Yeah.
You can't stop photons.
Yeah, light can't be stopped. But all in all, I think our lists were pretty amazing. I think
yeah. And the point of that was the foldable phone, Samsung's new S10 Fold or whatever the hell they call it, is gimmicky right now. No doubt. It's an expensive early adopter gimmicky thing, but everything at one point was. Everything was just a goofy, like who needs that?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even like the iPhone, who needs a phone without any buttons on it? Like, what the hell is that going to be for?
Yeah, how are you going to use that?
It's like, does that make any sense? And now it's just like, are you kidding me? Freaking BlackBerry's coming out with another phone. You know, like, get out of here, dudes.
Get out of here, dude.
Get out of here with that garbage.
That's so funny. All right. I loved our lists. I love Samsung phones. And I love you guys. It's time to wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah, it was a little light on the news this week. We wanted to stay as far away from from real news as humanly possible.
Yeah, real news sucks right now.
Given the last couple of weeks, it's just like, you know, we need just like a lighthearted, just talking about
Let's try and have
nerdy,
some fun.
just some nerdy.
Let's try and have a good time with
babbling.
these, okay?
Yeah.
So let's try and have some fun with the fans out there, with the tech yayans. That's not good. That's not
Tech yites.
Check tech. The TYPs.
Tech yeah people.
Yeah.
TYPs. We did it. That's it.
The TYPs out there. All right, TYPs, we love you. And
Because Tech Yeah Podcast is TYP. That's the acronym for
Yeah.
our podcast.
Yeah, I know.
So TYPs, dude, done.
We love you guys. Make sure to watch the after show. It'll be on YouTube when you hear this podcast. So check it out.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.